Have you ever wondered how some podcasts rank at the top of Apple Podcasts while others get buried at the bottom? Then this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing the secret to ranking on Apple Podcasts so you can get more visibility, downloads, and listeners for your show. Hi, I'm Chapman, and I help entrepreneurs like you launch and grow podcasts that captivate your audience and build your business. If you want your podcast to reach more people, ranking on Apple Podcasts can be a real game changer. But first, if you don't have your podcast yet and you're wondering how ready you to launch your podcast, take my free quiz, the How Ready Are You to Launch a Podcast quiz. It will give you personalized next steps so you know exactly what to focus on. The link is in the description below. Now, let's get into the 5 key factors that influence your podcast rankings. Before we dive into the strategies, let's first talk about how Apple Podcasts actually rank shows because it's not just about downloads. So Apple Podcast algorithm factors in new subscriber activity. So the more people subscribing in a short period of time. So listener engagement, how long are people listening to your episodes? It does matter. So you want them to be listening all the way through. Episode downloads. So Apple factors in how many times your episodes are downloaded. Consistency, regular uploads help keep your rankings strong. And then SEO. So the right keywords in your podcast title and description definitely makes a difference. Ranking high on Apple isn't about being the biggest podcast out there. It's about being strategic. If you want to rank on Apple Podcasts, your launch week is crucial. Apple prioritizes new podcasts that get a lot of activity in a short amount of time. So this is how to maximize your launch week. Drop 3 to 5 episodes on launch day. This gives new listeners more to binge and then gets them coming back for more. Encourage your audience to subscribe and download your episodes. So ask your audience to subscribe and not just listen. Leverage your launch team. Have a group of supporters ready to download, review, and share your new episodes. And then get featured in niche communities. Promote it in Facebook groups if allowed, on LinkedIn, Instagram stories, and wherever your audience hangs out. Think of your podcast launch like a movie premiere. The more buzz you create, the more Apple's going to notice. And just like Google, Apple Podcasts has a search function, which means podcast SEO is key for ranking higher. So here are some SEO tips. Use keywords in your podcast title. Instead of The Jane Show, try The Jane Show Online Marketing for Entrepreneurs. Optimize your show description. Include relevant keywords naturally without stuffing. Write compelling episode titles. So I see this one often. An example would be episode 3 marketing tips. Instead, use something like how to attract more clients with Instagram marketing. That's way more eye-catching and will get more people to listen in than the first one. Include tags and categories. So choose the best podcast category and use relevant tags to improve discoverability. Apple scans titles, descriptions, and episode names, so use keywords people are actually searching for. Reviews don't directly affect Apple rankings, but they do influence listener trust, which increases subscriptions and engagement, and they're really great for social proof. So here's how to get more reviews without begging. Ask in your episodes. If you're enjoying the show, please leave a quick review. It helps so much. Run a review giveaway. Offer a small prize for listeners who leave a review. Make it easy. Show how to leave a review in your Instagram stories or to your email list. Now, consistency is one of the most overlooked ranking factors, but Apple reviews shows that keep listeners coming back and posting regularly. So best practices for consistency are going to be to stick to a schedule, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, be reliable. Encourage binge listening. So mention past episodes that listeners might enjoy. Use a strong call to action. So ask listeners to subscribe, follow, and share each episode. The longer someone listens to your episode, the better. So keep your content engaging so people don't drop off early. All right. So if you want to rank on Apple Podcasts, you need to understand Apple's ranking factors, maximize your launch week for early momentum, optimize your podcast title and description for SEO, encourage reviews and listener engagement, and then stay consistent so that you can keep listeners coming back for more. If you follow these steps, you'll have a better chance of ranking high on Apple Podcasts and getting more listeners. If you need help launching your podcast, my Podcast Launch Simplified course is opening the doors on March 17th, and inside you'll have an exact strategy to rank on the Apple charts. You can join the waitlist in the description below or go to podcastlaunchsimplified.com/yes. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below. What's your biggest podcasting challenge right now? And if you're curious, if you're ready to launch a podcast, take my free quiz, the How Ready Are You to Launch a Podcast? This will give you a customized roadmap for success. The link is in the description below. I hope you like this video. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more podcasting tips every week, and I'll see you in the next video.